Welcome. This is your screen recording training on how to use ActiveCampaign and create your own email automations and start collecting your email list and building your email list. So I'm not going to go through the registration and login details or how to get started with ActiveCampaign. So if you don't have an account yet, go ahead and create one if you want to use ActiveCampaign. And once you logged into your account, this is what you're going to see. So this is your dashboard, and you can have some information in here. You see how many contacts you have, you see your campaigns, you see your news, the latest activities. You can manage your templates. You can see your contact trend, how is it growing or falling behind if people unsubscribing. You can see your automations and your top contacts, which is really useful, so you can see who are the people who interacting the most with your emails. Now in the left hand side, you're going to have your menu, this one, and I'm using my phone right now, so it's a bit difficult to show everything, but I hope I can show everything. The first button is the getting started. This is basically a tutorial for you what you have to set up for the first time when you use ActiveCampaign to make your life easier. And I'd like you to scroll down and go to the provide your mailing address. Make sure you provide that one because this is very important. If you don't have your mailing address, you cannot send any emails out because legally you bound to include your mailing address in every single email that you're sending. So my menu becomes so tiny. Let me go back. Then you have your contacts. This is where you can see all your contacts, whoever signed up for your mailing list, and you can do searches in here. So if you go to the search, you can type in any name, like let's type in me, and it will show you if you have that contact or not. It's just hard to see on my phone at the moment because it's tiny. But you know how to use any search, so it's just really easy. You can type in the name of the person or any detail that you have from them. So it can be phone number or it can be email address. Also, if you click on this button, you can add new contact, which I'm going to show you now how to do that. So I'm going to add myself with another email address. So first you add the first name. Let's say it's gonna be Dora. Then you add the second name, Virginia, and then you can add the email address. Yeah, it's a bit difficult on the phone. Here it is. And I added it twice accidentally. Okay. And then you can add the phone number if they have. If they not, then you just leave it empty. And then press add. Then you get this pop-up window. You can add these people to a list. I'm going to add myself, let's say, add to this free list. And I'm going to show you in a minute how to create lists. You can also add them to an automation if you wanted to. You can add tags. So for example, tester, and the advanced one is you can have active or inactive person. You can choose to send autoresponders or send the latest distributed campaign, which is very useful if you have a promotion or have something very good, important training or anything that you sent out, let's say 2 days before, to everybody else. You can send them the last distributed campaign and they will get that one as well. When you're happy with your settings, then you press apply and you added that person to your mailing list. Now, if we go back from the contacts, I can't go back, so I'm just gonna press the home button. Then the next button is the campaigns. This is where you can set up your autoresponder. So if somebody signs up for your email list, either by a form that you create here in ActiveCampaign or by any other form that you create with any other tool, for example, JotForm, you will have your autoresponder options here. As you can see, I have a lot of emails already here. You can create different campaigns in here. For example, if you want to have if you want to send a promotional email or a regular email to your mailing list, to work with your mailing list, you know, like email marketing mails or messages, then you can use this tool as well. You just press this create a campaign button, and then you will have the option to choose which kind of campaign you want. First, you need to add the name. So I will add auto, I will add mastermind for now. And then you can choose if it's a standard, regular, one-time email campaign. This is if you just type your email by yourself and you want to send it to everyone on your list, or whichever list you want to send it to. Then you can have an automated one, which is going to send the people a certain sequence that you set up for yourself. And you can choose the autoresponder, which is the one that when somebody subscribe, automatically send them an email. Then you can send them a split testing, which means you can have 2 different kind of content and test which one works better, which one the people click more or interact more. And the other 2 I haven't tested yet, so I don't really know about them. Now we're going to create an autoresponder. And once you select which one you want, you need to press the next button. Then you can choose which list you want it to go to. I'm not going to choose a list now because I'm going to create a new list, and I will add that one. So for now, I just press next. Hoppa. Okay, so you need to choose at least one list. I will click this one now, but I will change it later. So then you click next once you've chosen at least one list. And then here you can choose a template for your email. They give you custom templates, and you can save your emails as a template as well. when you work. I did save some of my template, and I have one for sign up to the email list. You can preview or select. I think I pressed the select already. Then you need to type in the subject. So I will say thanks for subscribing. And then you can, if you click on this this lighting bolt, you can add personalization. So for example, I want to add it in the end. You can add the first name, and it's always good to use people name in the subject. That way is more likely that they're going to open your email. And I just need to add the space here. Right, that's perfect. Then you press continue. And there it is. This is how your email look like. You have your title. Now in the top, you have your editing tools in here. This is the color of the background. This is the size of the letter. This is the color of the text. This is obviously where it is, how is it going to look like, left side, right side, or middle, in the middle of the page. Then I think this is the width, how wide your text going to be, but I never used that one before. Now, if you click on any part of this email to edit, then you will have your next tool set. And again, this one is your font. This one is the size of your letters. This one is the color of your letters. This is bold, italic, or underscore. Again, the left, the direction of the paragraph, which how you want it to look like. This is where you can link things. Here you can add images. You can personalize again, add the name of the person, or add the company name, or add phone number, or email address, whichever you have saved. And if you press this one, this here, it will give you extra options, which you can see. You can make the text come a little bit inwards, or move them back outside. You can make a list, or you can make a numbered list. You can cross through the letters. I'm not sure about the other two buttons because I never used those. Here you can type whatever you want. If you want to add new things, in the right side you see this other menu here. This have lots of options. If you press the insert, you can add different blocks to this page. For example, you can add the video, or a button or image. And to add them, you just need to press on it and pull it where you want it to be. Now on a phone, I'm not sure if it's working properly because I had a bit of a trouble with it. yes, I think is not working. So you need, on a phone is a bit difficult to add new things to your email. But if you have a computer, it will be easier for you to add things. I can't add at the moment from my phone. So this is the downside of ActiveCampaign, that is not really easy to use with a phone. But if you have well saved templates, you can just send the simple emails. Now when you're happy with your email, you can press the next. And then it gives you a summary. It will tell you the subject, what you set up, the header if you have one. It will tell you where it's going from, which you can edit here if you're not happy with it. It will tell you which lists will get this autoresponder. It will show the address that you have. And then what I do, I switch on the reply tracking. I think this means if you switch it on, that you're going to reply to the original email where the people contacted you from. And I always switch on Google Analytics as well, so I can see what's going on with my emails. Now if you scroll down, you have another option to send it to existing contacts or just send it to new contacts, and you can change immediately or after a specific time frame. I always leave it immediately, so whenever anyone gets on your email list, they straight away going to get this autoresponder, because that's the reason why we have an autoresponder, to straight away tell our audience when they sign up for something that what's the next step. You can send a test email, you can preview it, and it will tell you if it's gone through a spam check and if it's passed it or no. When you're happy with this, you just press finish. And your first automation is ready. Now I'm going to skip a few buttons because I want to show you the lists first. So on the left side where you see this button, that's going to be your list. And now we're going to create a new list. When you first start with ActiveCampaign, you're going to have one list already. And some people only use one or two lists and they add tags to their audience and they segment them that way. However, I do like to have separate lists, and then as you can see, I have a bunch of them. And I'm going to create one more because I need one more. So just press the add list button to create one. You will need to add the name for that list, so I will add bear with me. Okay, and then you need to add a URL. It's actually just anything you can choose as far as I know. It's just for separating the lists and to be able to store them on or use them by the application. I'm not really sure why we need the URL, but I think this is the section if you want to share your list or want someone to sign up for your list. This is the section that will go after your domain to make sure they sign up for this one. And you can add a text to remind yourself who is in this list. Okay, and then when you're happy with this, just press add. And now you have your new list. Here it is. Now, once you have your list, you can import the contacts, as you can see here. If you click that button, you can import all the contacts on that list. Or you have other options. You can edit, view the contacts, engagement management, segments, subscribe by email, subscribe by SMS, advanced settings, copy and delete. So you have lots of options there. By the way, anywhere you see these menus, it will have similar options. You can edit the things or duplicate the things, for example, in the email section. So it's a really useful part of ActiveCampaign. Now, once we have our list, I'm going to show you how to edit your campaign, what we just set up, because I want my campaign to add this email to the new members here. So as you can see, this is originally say edit. So if you click either this blue button or you click on this edit button, you will be able to edit your autoresponder. Now on the top section here, you can go on the section where you want to go. So if you want to edit something on your email, you go to the design section. If you want to edit which list you want it to go, then you go to the list. And if you want to edit the type of the email, so it's not an autoresponder but something else, then you go here. Now I'm going to go to the list because I want to add this to my new list, not the one that I chosen before. And I just simply untick the one I don't want and tick the one that I do want. And then I can either just press save and exit or go through all the next until it's finished. And now I'm just gonna save and exit. Now we have our list, we have our first autoresponder. Let's see how we set up an automation. To do that, you need to find this button. And here you can set up so many different kind of automations. I'm just going to show you one for now on how to set up a free challenge. So again, you need to press create automation. And basically there is two ways to create an automation if you need it to be time-based. For example, you're hosting a free 5-day challenge which starts on Monday, but you want people to get the first email the Friday before that Monday. So your first email will go out on Friday. Then you can set up a time-based automation, but you can only use that if you not allow anyone to register after the first email has gone out. Because if you allow other people to register after the first email has gone out, those people will be stuck on the top of the automation and they won't receive anything. Now, if you want them to receive the emails, then you need to set up a goal-based automation. And this is what I'm going to show you now how to do it. Because that way, if the first email goes out on Friday and somebody signs up on Sunday, and then your next email will go out on Monday, those people who signed up on Sunday, they won't get the Friday email, but they will still get the Monday and onwards. So first, I would like you to go to start from scratch. There are so many options in here, but the easiest way to go is to start from scratch, because then you design your automation the way you want it. And I think you need to scroll to the end and say next or something. Yes, here is the next button. Now this is how your automation look like. Again, we see, oops. Okay, so it's already triggering you to do the first action. You need to choose what triggers this automation, what makes the automation start. So for now, we're gonna go for a subscribe to a list, because we want people to get into this automation when they signed up for our free challenge. Then you need to add which list you want them to subscribe. You can choose any list, or I will choose the one I just created. And then you can choose how many times it runs, once or multiple times. I leave it once, so people can only get it once. Now you can segment the contacts, or you cannot. You want to leave it without segmentation. For being easy, I leave it without segmentation now. But when you segment them, you can create two different kind of campaign to test which one works better. Then you press the add start. Now I just click this off so I can show you around. Now this is how it look like. Our automation will start when somebody signs up to that email list what we chosen. Or if you wanted to, you can add another trigger, but I'm not going to add one now. Now, if you want to add a next step, you need to press this button. And once you add the next steps, you will have these buttons, plus button, after every single section. And again, you can see we have this menu on the right side. So this is the menu where you can just pull in things if you wanted to, but I'm thinking it's not going to. Well, yes, it's working. See, you can just pull it there, and you going to send them an email. But I don't want to send them an email yet. So the first thing we want to do is set a goal. So you go to condition and workflow and find goals. Now we need to set a goal. So for example, your first email will go out on Friday, which is, today is Saturday 24th. So let's say yesterday was 23rd. The goal will be sign up, for example. Always need to give a name, but it's just for you. And we're going to create a goal. So you need to press this button. And we're going to create the goal that we will set an exact time and date what has to come for the people to get the email. So select the condition. You will choose date and time, which is right here in the bottom. And then you need to scroll down until you find the current year and your location. Do not set it to your audience location, like it say contacts time zone. Set it to your own time zone. That way every single email goes out at the same time and is not going to cause trouble with your automation. So I'm going to choose the current year, Europe, London. And it's automatically going to fill it up for this year for you, so you don't need to do anything. Then you need to press this next button as add another condition. You can choose to have it end or, but for this goal to work, we need to keep it as end. So it has to be 2021, and probably you guessed it, we need to choose date and time again, and we need to find the current month in your location. And then you need to change the month to the month where we are now, and we are in July. And then again we need to add another condition. Choose again the date and time and find the current day of the month. Again in your location. And I said 23rd. So I'm going to set this to 23rd, which would be Friday. And then again, we need to add another one, which is going to be the time. So again, you go date and time, find the current time in your location is right at the end of the list. And then you set a time for yourself. I'm gonna set 6 a.m. And then it's done. Press this green button. Because of the help button is on the layout, I can't really see what it say, but press the green button. Now you have your first goal, and we need to choose whether this goal is below contact's position or anywhere. Leave it as below contact position. So when they enter the automation, they're going to be in the top of the automation. So we want them to be above than the goal. And then you need to choose what happens if the contact does not meet the goal condition. So I want you to change that to wait until the conditions are met. That way they're going to wait at this goal point until they reach any other goal in the automation. And then press save. Now we have our goal, and now we can send them an email. So when people join to your automation, they're going to start here. Then ActiveCampaign will check if they meet this goal or not. If they have not met the goal, they will stay here. Once the goal is arrived, so the time and date is correct and they met the goal, then they're going to move forward here to the next step. So let's set up the email. And then you can press create an email. Now you need to add the name, and only you're gonna see this name. Let's say day 1 or welcome. Welcome. And then press create. It's automatically going to open the editor for you. Now I'm not going to walk you through how to create an email because I assume everybody knows how to create an email and I already showed you previously. So I'm just going to press save and exit, but you make sure to fill out your email before you go to the next step. Then press save. And then what you want to do, basically, you always want to add a goal and the next step. So we're going to have the first goal here, and then we have our first email. And then we're going to create another goal, and then we scroll down and create the next email, and so on, as far as you want to send them the emails. So normally in a free challenge, we have one email in the morning for the tasks, one email for the Ask Me Anything thread, and one email for the live video at night time. If you have a 3 days 3-day challenge, then in the middle of the days, so day 2, you can have an extra email for promoting your offer. Or if you have a 5-day challenge, we normally have this promotion on day 3. And what I normally do is I send the promotional email on day 4, because I'm promoting the offer on the live video on day 3. So all you have to do is set goal and email, goal and email, goal and email, as many email as you need. And then you're going to press the plus and condition and workflow. And then you're going to press this button, end this automation. It's always good to end the automation, not just leave it hanging. So now we ended our automation, and you can name your automation. It's just telling me now, I forgot here. So let's just name this training. Okay. And then before you leave this page, on the top section you see this 2 button. When you're ready with your automation, make sure to activate it. That way it will be working, and straight away if anybody sign up for your email address, what you set up, they will enter into this automation and sit right at the top until they met the first goal. So I hope this was helpful for you. Now let's see what else button we have here, what may be important. Yeah, so on the left side you're gonna see this globe. Those are the place, this is a button where you can create your sign up forms. And if you have the pro version, this is the place where you can create landing page as well and site tracking. But for now, I'm going to show you the forms. So as you can see, I already have 3 forms already. Again, as before, you just create a form by pressing the button. I'm just going to name this training again. And then on the basic plan, you have only inline form available. And then you can choose the action. So what's going to happen if they fill this form out. You can add the tag or email results for them, if it's a quiz, for example, or something like that, or subscribe to a list. I would add subscribe to a list, because that's our goal, to send people our registration form so they can subscribe. And then you tell this form which list you want them to subscribe to. So let me just choose my new list. And you can have more options as well. Let's say add the tag as well. Let's add the tag, and I add paid member. Okay, so they're going to when they fill out your form, they're going to be subscribed to that list and they're going to have the tag paid member. So now press create. And here you can edit your form. So first of all, you can add the fields that you need. You have a full name and email address. I normally change the full name into press add custom fields, and you can add first name, and have it as general details and text input. So I normally collect first name, second name instead of full name. Yes, so where is it gone? I don't know where is it gone, but you can delete this. So I want to delete the full name, and I'm going to add the first name here. General detail input add. For some reason it doesn't want to work for me now, but normally what I do is just add the first name, second name, and then oh, here it is. It's just not working well on a phone again. So hopefully you're using a computer and you can sort this out, but on the phone I'm struggling at the moment. So you just add the fields that you need in here from the right side. And then you can go to the style and you can change the layout, how it look like, what colors do you want to use. You can change the color, you can change the color of the text, you can change the font of the text, you can add the border, let's say 5, and you can change the color of the border. This is a very ugly form. You can change if it's a solid or dotted or dashed or double. Let's make it double. You can change the width of the form, I think. Then you can change the look of the button. So you have so many options here to choose from. You can add the border for the button as well. Let's add the red border. Okay. You can choose again if it's solid, dotted, dashed, or double. You can change the corner radius, so it's more rounded if you want it to. You can change the padding, so it has more space between the word and the button. And then once you're happy with it, you can integrate it or trigger automation. If you press the integrate, I haven't tried the trigger automation, so I'm not going into that now. Once you press the integrate, you have different options. You can embed it with this code. Either choose the simple embed if you want to use a simple short version or the full embed. These are for websites normally. Or you can have a link. If you want to send a link for someone, then you can just send the link and people click on the link and get to this form and they can fill the form out. Or you can have it on your WordPress. For adding it to your WordPress without embedding it, you need to have the ActiveCampaign plugin on your WordPress website. And there's an option as well to add to your Facebook, which I haven't been able to try for some reason. I'm not sure. I think Facebook blocked me to do it for something. Anyway, if you're happy, just press the save and exit, and you're going to have your form ready. Now I'm just going to exit from this form now because I know I don't need this. I need to exit the other way. And then you have all the lists of your automations. And again, you have different options what to do. You can preview your form, you can integrate it, you can see statistics on how many people filled it in and what they filled in. You can duplicate or delete. And this is about forms. Now let's see one more thing in here. You can have analytics. See analytics of your email marketing. I never checked this field, but this is cool. It shows you how many people opened your emails and clicked the links from what you have sent out, which is really good to know. Then the other thing you should know is this heart button. Basically, this is where you can refer someone. So if you want to send a link for somebody to sign up to ActiveCampaign and you want to get rewarded for it, you just need to come here and copy this link and you can share it. So people, whenever somebody sign up, it will count how many people clicked on it, how many person get referred by you, how many commissions did you get from it, which is a cool thing. And another thing you should know about is this button here. This is the setting button. And if you want your ActiveCampaign to work with different applications, you will need to find the API code or key, which is going to be in this list. You need to look for the developer option. By the way, this is the setting, so you can set up all your user information and advanced setting and domains and tracking and everything. But I just want to show you the developer options, because this is where are your API URL and key, which you need to copy when you link ActiveCampaign with another tool. And also, if you press this button here, then you can see your billing and upgrades. You can contact with the support team. You can view your open support tickets and log out and see how much you are in your contact limits. So I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. If it was, then consider subscribing so you can see all the other tutorials that I'm going to create. And happy emailing!